Hi Beasties, I'm Karin Whitnish, otherwise known as BATB Passion.
And I am Janeen Hayes, known as @Janeen on Twitter and JCall on Facebook.
And we're working with props tonight for very, very appropriate reasons. But we're here to talk about
My stick.
episode 22, or the season finale of Beauty and the Beast for 2014. That was called Déjà Vu. And ding dong, the Gabe is dead, the Gabe is dead, the Gabe is dead, ding dong, the Gabe is dead. Yeah, are we happy?
Yes.
Happy. There were lots of lovely scenes in this episode, but actually, if I had to really boil it down, some of the tender scenes were beautiful. My favourite we'll talk about later. But yeah, the best scene in it was when Catherine skewered Gabriel Lowen. Yay! Well done, Kat. We're going to be a little crazy for our last review, possibly for 2014, because we're not going to be back till probably next year.
I'm devastated about that.
Well, we are. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
But, yeah, Déjà Vu.
I'm old now.
Yeah, we've done 22 episode reviews.
No.
We've done quite a few.
Can't believe we've got people that watch it.
And they tell us we're funny.
No.
It must be the Aussie accents.
I don't think I'm funny.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're hilarious. I've been told we're hilarious. It's this magic that happens when Janeen and I get
Every
together.
time I hear someone say hilarious, I think of hilarious.
Why?
Hilarious. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's enough.
I think of hairy asses. I think
Hairy asses or happy trails?
I think.
I know how to get this girl. Happy trails. We're going to talk about happy trails.
Love happy trails.
And we also have to have a ceremony for the burning of the robe. We need to burn the robe.
Happy trails.
Yeah, that too. Anyway, Beasties, we did watch Déjà Vu.
I'm
We just
gonna
watched it again.
to the island. Jay Ryan's on.
He's somewhere in New Zealand
Says
on a beach.
multitasking tools.
The murderous
I'm going to go
pool cue.
and gate crash the
the beach that Jay Ryan is allegedly on in New Zealand.
New Zealand somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, to be the sand.
I'm a little bit disappointed in that, actually.
What?
He didn't invite me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his
Not
girlfriend
happy.
might have had something to
I'm
say
just
about
glad
that.
to be there. I just want to go and say hello.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
there's
sit
a
down,
point.
have a cuppa,
Yep.
chai or four, bottles of wine, group sex. No, I'm just joking.
This is going to be.
I think we're
how
going to start
mad is-
again.
No, this time I refuse.
No!
Yes,
take
no,
that
we're
out
going to
then.
have some fun.
You've got to take that out because I don't mean that.
No, well, we're having fun. We're just having fun. Anyway, Déjà Vu, where do we start? I loved it. I thought it
At
was
the
great.
end,
At the end.
Gabe's dead.
Yes!
Woo!
Dead.
Woo! I'm going to miss you, Sendor.
Yeah, look, I did tweet Sendel. Love Sendel, loathe Gabe, so how good are you?
Yeah.
I mean, Gabe has been so universally loathed that he's
You did
played it
call it.
really well.
You did call it.
What did I call
You
it?
did call that Vendel.
That Sendel.
That Sendel was. Sorry, Sendel's character Gabe is going to be the big bad.
Yeah,
You did call
I
it.
did call it
Nice.
months ago. Months and months and months ago I called that one. I knew he was going to be the big bad. And now we'll have to have a little conversation
Happy
about
trail.
where we think season 3 is going. And I have a theory on who the big bad is going to be in season 3.
Happy true. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I reckon they
No,
will.
I don't reckon.
Yeah,
No.
no, yep,
No.
I do. Anyway,
You
we'll
know
talk
you might
about
be
that
right,
later.
but
We'll talk about that later. Anyway, let's start at the very beginning. What was missing at the beginning for me was, of course, the intimate moment. I would have liked a bit more intensity and passion at the very beginning of the episode between Vincent and Catherine. I would have preferred to see him sans robe. I am so sick of that robe, but at least the robe was open. Nice.
Sans robe.
Sans
Speak
robe means
English, man.
without the robe.
Okay.
Okay.
Say I'd like to say without the robe. but
Well, I
say-
did, but I said sans robe, that's all.
That's just too.
Anyway, Vincent without the robe, a little bit more intimacy there right at the very beginning would have made it a perfect
Do you know if
episode.
I was going to write that scene, I would have had them snuggled up in bed, him sneaking out to make Catherine's breakfast,
Yep.
and her drift into the dream.
Oh, I like that idea. Yes.
That if I was going to write, I would have set it up there. Not that he was already out of the bedroom, because he could still come running in going, "What's up? Everything okay?" But I would have had them waking up, wrapped around each other, and him sneaking out, giving a kiss on the forehead, as she's still asleep, and he gets up to make her breakfast, and then
the rest of it
into
happens
her dream.
as happens. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
So,
but wasn't the pitter-patter of his feet coming down the hallway cute when she woke up?
Because she was in a state of anxiety, and he just comes running, which is lovely. So it was a nice beginning, and it sort of set a few things up, which was really good. I did like the way they started with the whole. I think I read somewhere that someone said it almost had a Count of Monte Cristo kind of very, very beginning.
I think it's very funny that Catherine's dream set up and told us it was New York in 1850.
1854, yes.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty awesome dream.
That's a very, very vivid, to the minute dream.
I don't know many dreams that will tell you where they're situated, and but anyway.
But, it did set it up. I think that's called exposition. It did set it up for us, so that was pretty cool. But I liked the flashbacks to 1864, and I didn't feel we needed to know how Alistair and Rebecca met or any of that. I think we got enough of their destiny and what they were prepared to do for each other that spilled over into present-day New York for Catherine to follow up on, to make her question whether what she was doing was right or wrong. I did read a couple of things in the last 24 hours where they said Catherine's been a bit of a hypocrite, that he had to accept that she was the way she was, she's kick-ass, she's this, she's that, you can't go and kill people, you can't.
But that's what the whole episode was about.
But then she goes and locks Vincent up and imposes what she believes on Vincent.
Yeah, but did she or did she not come to the realisation?
Oh yeah, she did. She did.
So how can you be a hypocrite if you come to a realisation that you're doing the right thing, the wrong thing?
A hypocrite before she came to that realisation.
She was misguided.
She was misguided. Yes, she was misguided.
I think she was. Yeah, I honestly believe that she thought she was doing the right thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But the difference between Catherine doing it and Vincent doing it is that Catherine was not wanting to kill Gabe. She was trying to capture him. She was trying to put him in through the law and follow the law. She wasn't trying to take his life.
True.
So she's not really been a hypocrite in that she was trying to do it on her own, because Vincent wanted to kill Gabe.
Yes.
She was trying to prevent Gabe from Vincent from killing Gabe.
Because and it wasn't because she was worried about Gabe being dead.
No.
She was worried about what it would do to Vincent
being killed. Yeah, and his humanity. The whole way she was worried about it being about his humanity and her trying to save that, which is what the whole season's been about.
Yeah, true.
So
very true.
She's not been a hypocrite when she's trying to prevent him from doing the very thing that would take him away from her.
Yeah, true. That is very true.
Yeah, she was trying to do it by the law.
But that's because we know how to read the subtext to a degree as well. I don't know that the writers always get it across quite that well.
Well,
they have their moments.
They need to understand, the writers, that they're dealing with extremely intelligent Australian women here.
Absolutely.
And they can't fool us.
Yeah, well, no, this is right. They can't fool us at all.
Well, they did for a little while. I thought Sender was all right, but Gabe was fine.
Yeah, no, I picked he was going to be the big bad ages ago.
I never liked him. Does that go towards a point for me?
Oh, yeah, always goes towards a point for you. I just knew you couldn't change that leopard spots.
But you know what I really didn't like?
What?
I didn't like Vincent's wig.
At the beginning. Look, I must admit, I know a lot of Beasties have raved about 1864 Vincent. Oh, I like 2014 Vincent.
The only
3.0, the short hair, the little goatee, the pop-up collars on his jackets, the tees or whatever. That's the Vincent I like. I like today's Vincent.
I didn't see enough of 1854 Vincent to say whether or not I did or didn't like him.
Yeah.
But the only shot that I liked of Vincent in 1854 was when
64.
he put his whatever.
Yep.
Was when he put his head up. 1864 was when he put his head up, and I said he looked like Jon Snow.
Oh yeah.
That was the only shot of him that I thought, that's actually, he looks quite cute there. But I'd much rather have Vincent 3.0 things.
Oh yeah, any day.
Or Vincent original, Vincent 1, Vincent 2.0, Vincent 3.0. As long as I can see the Happy Trials, I'll.
Yeah, way too many clothes in 1864.
Yeah,
it was too much covered up.
You can't see skin.
No, this is right. Do you think we have an obsession?
Or dimples? Oh, evidently we do, but not with Vincent. Evidently
yes.
JT.
Yes, we have been called out recently, Beasties, for having a bit of an obsession with our Austin/JT. Guess what? We make no apologies, and we're going to gush about you, Austin, for the next 20 years. You're our...
hero.
Our mate, our hero.
Our mate, our buddy, our pal.
You actually featured in my favourite moment of this episode.
God, I thought you were going to say Dreams In.
No. I wouldn't embarrass poor Austin like that. Just not happening. But he did feature in I Know You Would.
No, I love it.
We do.
But yes, we are totally obsessed, and we hold we
make no apologies for it, and we don't plan on stopping it anytime soon.
And just a reminder too that we are just two chicks talking about what we love about the show. So
exactly,
we're not trying to
reinvent the wheel,
or say that we're professionals or that we have any idea what we're doing.
There is that.
No,
there is that. Now back to the episode.
I'm sorry.
The scene where Alistair burns at the stake. And Catherine breaks down.
I wanted to cry.
Traumatic.
I swear to God.
Heartbreaking. So well done.
Kristen Creek, don't cry on television.
Yeah, I know, because it reduces
all
of us to puddles on the floor.
Watching her cry.
I know.
Because I'm always crying with her.
That was, I must admit, her breakdown scene there was just... And we read the tweets today that... Jay actually didn't pretend to scream. He actually screamed full throttle to bring out the intensity of her performance when she had to react to Alistair's burning at the stake. I thought
that's pretty awesome.
That's really awesome. I was really impressed when I read that, and that's what brought out the reality of that scene. He did look as though he was dying, and she did look as though she was completely heartbroken. And if she went nuts, Rebecca, she went nuts after that.
But I think that's what makes these characters on our television show in this show, these characters on our television in this show, so perfect is that they are not just about their own performances. They're about what can they do to make each other's performance really stand out.
Yeah, I agree.
And the amount of times you hear that Kristen Creek's an absolute professional, and she knows her craft, and she's brilliant, she's smart, she's always the most welcoming on set and everything. The fact that they want to do the best for the other person that is in them, I think is... I think that's why it's such a successful ensemble. Yeah,
it is. The chemistry, not just between the two lead couples now, but with all of each other. With Tess with Vincent now, with Catherine with JT, and obviously JT and Vincent and Catherine and Tess. It goes full circle, all four ways. And now that we're back to our original core for some Scooby Gang, we have some great things to look forward to in season 3. I've
got to say, I didn't like the whole JT hanging thing.
No, I must admit, neither did I.
Not because it was, I didn't like it because it was JT hanging.
Well, that too.
But in my opinion, Vincent and Catherine stood there staring at him for far too long.
Yes.
It was like... 30 seconds have gone by and they're still staring at him going, oh my God, it's JT.
Yeah, I agree. Vincent is a beast who happened to be a doctor. He would blur up, get him down before anybody could blink.
He was an ER doctor. He would be reactive. He would look at that and go, and being the beast, as you said, use his supernatural speed to get him down, to jump up, to get him down, to put him on the ground, and then stand over and go, oh my God. But to stare at him going, JT?
Oh, JT's up there.
I found that a little bit unrealistic. I would like that to have been a little different.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe, I don't know if JT may have been, I don't know.
Could have heard his heartbeat, could have heard that it was...
Yeah, you could have listened to him to see, he's still alive or something like that.
And then, bring him down as Catherine's calling the ambos and cradling him and just making sure that he stays alive. Buddy, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
I think that would have been more... realistic to me.
Yes, I agree.
Than them just standing there going, oh, JT.
Yeah. Poor JT.
It was like they were going to get the pinata stick out and go, where's the best way I can hit this to watch the lollies fall out? Oh, there, the gummy worms, Anyway. I just, maybe not, but that's what it reminded me of. It was just like, oh, it's JT. Didn't like that bit.
Yeah, I didn't either, but... Tess running in, being totally traumatised about what happened, realising that she'd been a bit mean to him earlier that day. Not mean, but belittling him a little over his little lab. So she was obviously in a conflicted place about their relationship for whatever reason, because the last time we saw them was actually happy when they were sharing those gummy worms.
It didn't make sense to me.
So, yeah, the flip to her suddenly trying to analyse this relationship in the context of all of these troubles that are happening around Vincent and Catherine seemed a little... I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to close a lot of loose ends because they didn't know they were going to get season 3 at that stage. So I can see where the motivation came from to do it, but it did feel a bit out of place.
Yes.
Good.
No, I totally agree with you. I do think that because they didn't know what was happening next season, they tried to answer maybe even too many questions.
Yeah, true.
Because they were trying to give us the backstory and the mythology of how Catherine knew Vincent, or Rebecca and Alistair, and they were trying to give us the backstory of that so they could close that side of it off.
Yep.
They were trying to bring Catherine and Vincent back together working as a duet, so they were trying to close that side of it off.
Yep.
They were trying to seal off JT and Tessa's relationship.
Yep.
They were trying to get Kat back her badge. They were trying to kill off the big bad. They were trying to do...
And introduce elements to bring into season 3. Yeah.
That maybe they could have just... Not that I want to forgo anything that JT does, but...
I agree.
They probably could have forgone that little bit of narkiness between the two of them, and they could have definitely had the scene where Tess was questioning the relationship with Kat.
Yeah, that could have worked really well in isolation on its own anyway, because she's enough invested now in the relationship with JT to wonder where it's going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
His quip about do we get to talk about our relationship and her being a bit narky probably wasn't necessary.
Yeah, like when she says, we're coming over in the midst of trying to find Vincent and trying to find Gabe, and he goes, maybe we can talk about our relationship.
Yeah, that was out of place.
That's not something that you would say in that circumstance, because you'll be too busy trying to find
he said to Tess, be safe.
Absolutely.
Totally. Don't have a choice. No. Live with all of that. It was just that little bit about the lab and that little bit about him saying, talk about our relationship. Those two tiny bits didn't need to be there. She could still question Catherine and Vincent's love as opposed to where she felt she was with JT.
Yeah. How do I know JT's the one? Definitely you can question that. And then you can still feel the guilt she felt when she comes running in, because she, in her heart, she's questioned it to Kat. Yeah. She's questioning herself. She can still portray the exact emotion that she did in that scene.
Yes. And she did that beautifully. Oh, yeah. I loved the way Nina did that. That was so real and so raw for me. I thought they were all real and raw in some of those scenes. Yeah. And so
I think they tried to rush that. And look, I'm very, very, very happy with the amount of screen time that Gabe didn't get, even though this episode was about killing him off.
Yeah, true.
And my whole point to Gabe being the big bad right throughout the season was that they could have used as much screen time throughout the whole season and given us so much more about him being the big bad and the conversions than what they did.
Yeah, actually I've read a few reviews that Sendor was actually a little bit underused as the big bad or as the big villain. Yes, he's had a fall from grace, and I can see that fall from grace, but I still think he could have been... I loved the scene where he's going, Vincent, come out, wherever you are. Yes. I did like that. I liked the taunting, sleazy, villainous Gabe. Yeah. I would have liked more of that without the context of this whole jealous, as Vincent said, you don't handle rejection very well. It still actually ended up coming back to Catherine rejecting him.
Interestingly enough, though, having read that in a couple of interviews with Brad Kearns, how he had said that had they been aware that they were going to have the 2 long hiatuses that they did, that they would have written the series differently.
Yes.
I would be very, very interested to see the series that they would have written.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
same.
I think I can totally understand the continuity is definitely what you needed to go from that episode 16 through to 17 and beyond.
18 and beyond.
You really needed it. No, we didn't get it. So we're stuck at 16 where we think they're back together and then nothing really happens for an episode or 2. But it actually did if you put them all together, one after the other.
Yeah.
But there was too much of a break in between and we were left too much to our own devices to try and come up with what's happening in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't come up with as many theories in a week as what you do in 2 months.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
So I
think have this chance to analyse it to death.
Yeah, I would have been really interested to see what it would have been had they have known about the breaks. But I think the screen time that Gabe had today in this episode, even though they were killing him off, was just perfect.
Yeah, it was. He had some pivotal scenes. I liked his
he seemed
extra strength. Yeah, he was more menacing, I thought. Yeah. He had this extra sensory conversation with Vincent when Vincent was looking for him. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't talking telepathically. I heard someone thought that Vincent... It
wasn't telepathically, it's just their hearing. Yes. They can hear each other.
They can hear each other, so he was just making sure that Vincent could hear him.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just think, it was perfect amount, even though they were trying to kill him off.
Yeah.
And I think I've said that 4 times now. Do you want me to say it one more time? Just to make sure.
The other thing that I read on
Twitter...
You
can tell we're not scripted. I've got no idea what I'm doing.
The other question that actually got on Twitter from a Beastie was... Hang on, I didn't get where the blood came from that saved JT. Was it Vincent's blood? No, it was actually
a different
the blood serum that JT made for Sam using Tori's blood.
That's not what they gave JT.
Yeah, it is.
No.
No, sorry, that's what Gabe took.
Gabe took. Gabe used the serum that JT made
for Sam using Tori's blood.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what Gabe took and made him so strong. Yes. And then,
because he had Tori's blood in it.
Yeah, he had Tori's blood, so that was Beast 3,000,2.0.
Which in a way should have actually amplified Vincent's Beast, which should have put them on equal footing, which in a way did.
Yeah, to some degree. Vincent kicked his ass better than was expected. And the other thing is that somebody said, so how did they save JT? Was that Vincent's blood? No, that was nanoplasma. Now, nanos in science fiction are tiny microscopic robots. Tiny.
Yeah.
So he has been injected, essentially, with nano bloody tiny robots. So my theory is my theory is that next year JT is going to be the big bad.
They can't, no.
They're going to pull an Angel Buffy on us, where Angel was the big bad for a few episodes until obviously they fixed him and brought him back to humanity.
Did Brad Kearns write Buffy?
No.
Thank God, no.
But I still reckon it does when... He got injected with nanoplasma technology, which is untried, that not even the medical field knows about. When Vincent was told to watch his T-cell count, and somebody raised that Evan was worried about Vincent's T-cell count when he was mutating further, that gave him more powers.
I want it
to be. I reckon JT's going to be, for a little while, the big bad next season.
No,
so let's see if I'm right.
JT's he's now been supercharged in a little way.
Yeah.
So he's now going, he and Vincent are going to be the dynamic duo, the Robin Hood and Batman.
I like that idea too.
They're going to go out, they're going to crime fight, and JT's going to all of a sudden find his strength. Over the next 6 months, Austin Bates is going to be working out like crazy. He's going to get muscles on top of the muscles that he had muscles on, and he's just going to go, I'm here! No, not really. But I think maybe...
You reckon he's going to be slightly superhero? Yeah. I reckon he's going to be the big bad for a while. Let's see who's right.
I don't want my Austin, so JT...
Mind you, imagine how great...
That would be awesome.
Imagine as an actor how much... Look, how good was Jay Ryan? Not that he was the big bad, but when he was more beastly... How good was he as an actor? How well did he do that? I must admit, I'd love to see Austin be given that range to play somebody darker and that has a conflict between his good and bad for a little while.
But that doesn't fit in with my fairy tale about he and Tess being the perfect couple.
Yeah, but Tess will get all shades of the relationship that she's jealous of with Vincent and Catherine right now.
You had to go there, didn't you? You had to go.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. I wasn't. You had to go there. Really?
I actually wasn't thinking about sex at that point in time.
I
really wasn't. It was more...
Maybe it's my mind then.
Yeah, I
Happy trails!
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going trekking along Vincent's happy trails.
So, yeah...
I'm going to follow them trails.
Big Bad, season 3.
For
a while until they bring him back.
I don't like JT being bad. I like JT going darker, having trouble accepting that he's got little nanos inside him.
I don't mean all-out supervillain. But yeah, I reckon they're going to do something very interesting with JT. Anyway.
All I can say is that if JT's not in every episode, that
13 episodes, season 3. He'll be in every episode.
I'm not going to stop watching, sorry, Austin, but I'm not going to be happy.
I tell you what, for the all of 10 seconds, when we read that there was a possibility of JT being killed, we did question whether we would still want to do these reviews without Austin JT in the show.
Absolutely, because it'd be a completely different show and I wouldn't know if I'd even like... Sorry, hiccups now. If I'm not coughing, I'm hiccuping. Not even sure if I'd like it.
Yeah, it's because we did discuss that, Austin, for a minute. That we actually questioned whether we'd go on.
Because although we love Jay Ryan and we love Kristen Creek as Vincent and Catherine, this show is so much more than just those two.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, certainly to us, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I would... I don't know if JT had been killed off, I would have gone, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I'd still watch the show, still watch it, but I don't know that I'd be as invested in doing the reviews because, JT, you're the highlight of a lot of our episodes. And that segues straight into my favourite moment, bar none, was when JT was allegedly coding and they came running in and realised that, what's up? And just Tess's face when she ran to him. That was my teary, heart-melting moment. When Tess ran up, I thought I lost you, not a chance. And it was just so sweet. And those responses, so wonderful. That was my favourite moment in the episode. Other than Gabe being skewered like the little villain that he is.
Okay, now, I didn't question this until you pointed it out about the whole coding thing.
Yeah, look, he was
coding. How did they know, that it was JT? Because, if he's intensive care, there's a lot more than just that JT in intensive care. So
but they've been watching Vincent and Catherine for a while. Remember?
No.
You're talking about the agents?
No, I'm talking about JT coding. For one, how did Tess, Catherine and Vincent know that it was JT that was coding?
Well, there's a point, because there's more in the ER than just JT.
Yeah. And the moment they said, the moment things went off and they said, Tess said, what's that? And Vincent said he's coding. He didn't know what room he was in.
Well, maybe he might have felt it, being the Beast. But he might have felt something.
No, because he was alive. So if he was listening for JT's heartbeat, he would have known JT was alive and there's no need to rush off for the blue. Code blue.
So this coding to like 3 seconds later, him was up.
Yeah.
I mean, he got an injection from the agents and it just went bam. Yeah, it was immediate.
It did make sense.
Yeah.
Because how did they know it was JT that was coding?
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't allow you to just run into the room like that anyway.
Yeah, that was one of those you have to suspend belief moments. Because it's a fictional television show. Okay. Because I'd swear...
I have to accept that.
I would swear that when JT was going... with a cut-open chest when the Ambos got to the gentleman's club to take him away, and Catherine's going, talk to me, what's going on? And I could swear Vincent said something along the lines of, JT has gone into hypervolemic shock. And I'm thinking, bulimic? Hasn't that got something to do with bulimia and throwing up food?
But if your pupils are fixed and dilated, doesn't that mean there's no brain activity?
I don't know.
So if there's no brain activity, how can he be going... Because his brain's not telling him to breathe.
I don't know. Yeah,
fixed and dilated means you're on a machine,
we're not nurses. We don't purport anything.
I thought fixed and dilated meant you're on a machine breathing for you because there's no brain activity.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If Austin, if you can answer that question, that would be really, really good.
Because, we so much about medicine. All I know is that I need Panadol when I've got a headache.
But it did raise question marks in my head. I was sitting there going, hang on, is that the way it works?
Look, the whole code blue thing I was a bit about.
Yeah. I was so happy to see JT though.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
Did we win?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we won.
I really liked Catherine's realisation with the blood.
Yes, on her hand.
On her hands, that it would be Vincent's blood on her hands if anything happened to him.
Yep.
I really liked her realisation there. Now, I'm going to say that I absolutely, even with all these little things that I've picked at, I think I'm probably going to watch the finale about 105 times.
Well, look, I've already watched it 4 or 5 times in a couple of days, which is unusual for me because I just never have... We watch it a couple of times when we get together, and that's usually it for me for the week. Yeah. But I've already watched it 4 or 5 times, and I will continue to watch it. There was a lot to love about this episode. Yeah. I loved that we had a happy ending.
Yeah.
I loved that there was no goddamn cliffhanger.
Would like to have seen more of the date.
Yes, true. I would have just actually liked to have seen pick her up and take her back to their place for the wild thing. They could have ended on that for me, and I would have been happy.
They could have, but I would have liked to have seen them out, like even at the movies, then walking out, because the whole thing was about them dating.
Yes.
About being on their first official date where no one was after them. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that. I would have liked to have seen a 2-hour finale rather than a 1-hour finale. But,
or at least another half an hour.
Yeah, but they could have fit more in about Vincent and Catherine being happy had they not have had season 3.
Yeah, it would have been nice. But having said that, I did like the ending. I liked the kiss. I liked the conversation. I liked the fact that they're together and that they're happy, and that in that moment, had that been the series final, I could have lived with that.
Yeah.
I could have lived with that as well, because at least I know... that it looks as though they have a fairly legitimate, interesting job offer in the works.
Yeah.
To be, / Men in Black, X-Files, Fringe, all rolled into one. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, sexy Vincat, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, investigating everything that goes bump in the night. I like that idea for season 3.
And I do like that I read Brad Kearns is going to concentrate on it being about
Vincent and Catherine and their love.
Together and their love. Thank God there's going to be no more... triangles.
Yes, I agree.
Very
happy with that.
And I was also very happy to read that Brad Kearns had said they're going to concentrate and give the fan base that they have the show that they want.
Yes.
Rather than trying to attract a new audience, which is also the best news to the Beasties' ears ever.
Absolutely.
And actually, you may even win more people back, because the people that were raving about season 1 were just getting people on board at the end, and then they're expecting season 2 to be the same, and it was totally different.
And that did alienate a lot of Beasties.
Even though the Beasties that were looking forward to season 2 dropped off. So maybe the audience will increase a little bit, because it's going back to the story that they originally wanted.
All you need to do, Mr. Kearns, is inject more scenes like you did in episodes 15 and 16 of season 1. That's all you need to do. Do that every 3 or 4 episodes. You're going to have a very happy Beastie base. I don't think you need it every 3 or 4 episodes. Well, in 13 episodes, I think you might.
I could do with 3. 1 in the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the end.
Yeah, you just need more of those scenes.
But I want, like we said, more passion.
Yes.
There was...
They're being a bit lovey-dovey, romantic, soft, fluffy.
I would have liked to have seen in that last scene where they're sitting on the bench, I would have liked to have seen them get so engrossed in their kiss that Vincent picked her up and blurred away with her.
Yeah, that would have been... You wouldn't have even needed to... Yeah, it was just a case of, oh my God, okay.
Let's just get out of here. Pick her up and blur away with her. Just those spontaneous, deeply passionate things.
Yep.
Because this is the love that they have. It's not just a romantic love, it's a passionate love.
And it's destiny.
Show us passion.
Yes.
Show us passion.
Epic passion.
Epic passion.
Destiny.
The stolen moments, the pull over the side of the road and get out of the car and do it beside the car. Whatever. Just, passionate romance.
Yes.
It's like spontaneous passion.
Yes, because it does work.
They can be flying off to Brussels to solve a crime over the fact that someone's, slid down a window and they want to know how they did it. They can, have to stop at the hotel and go, we really should be out there doing this investigation right now.
Yeah, okay. we will soon. We will soon. But we have this to do first.
Yeah, I want passion.
Yeah, so.
Please, Mr. Kearns. So, not just love, not just romance, I want passion.
Exactly. Epic.
But it doesn't have to be pornography. It can be
not pornography.
Just passion.
Yeah, exactly. So what else is there to say about this episode?
Loved it.
Yes. Loved, they all look beautiful. Yeah. I loved Kristen in that gown in 1864. She looked beautiful in that. I just thought a lot of the elements worked. I like the parallels. I like Vincent / Alistair, the parallels with the press conference outside, with being in the cell, with crying out for Rebecca and Catherine,
trying to break out of the cell.
I liked those parallels. I thought they were really well done. Enjoyed it immensely. We'll go back and watch it several times.
Yeah.
I actually give the episode 9.5 out of 10, and it only loses half a point because I wanted that little bit more intimacy and passion between Vincent and Catherine.
And I have to agree with you.
These two adore each other.
I loved it. Yes, there were little bits that could have been fixed, but overall we'll continue to watch it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. And we know that Austin's not dead and that he's possibly going to be the big bad next season.
God. No!
I was wondering how long it would take you to react to that statement.
Anyway.
Now, Beasties, we we need to also thank you while we're here
please.
for watching us and putting up with our ramblings every week. We've enjoyed doing these. Thank you for the love and the support
I know
from
we're crazy.
all of you. We are crazy,
Yeah.
the mad Aussie chicks. Especially again to Austin, he's been very
Thank you
kind
for your support.
in his support and comments and generosity in relation
Come
to
to
these
Australia,
videos.
Austin.
Yeah, we're jealous. We heard about the Beastie Roundup in California.
So jealous. So
jealous we weren't.
I don't normally spit jealous. I'm not a jealous person.
No, I'm not.
But when I saw that photo of Austin, I've gone, you bleep, 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 bleeps.
Yep.
I'm so happy for you that I want to kill you.
If
Not
we
really.
say we're doing
Not really.
a 2-person Beastie Roundup
No,
in
because
Melbourne.
we've got to get Alita, we've got to get
Yeah,
Mary.
Karen Barnes.
I'm going to win Tatslotto and I'm going to pay for all their airfares and we're going to come together and then we'll have to pay for, we'll get Austin and Jay Ryan to come visit us.
Yes, exactly.
Because, we're not that far away for Jay Ryan to pop over and
Well,
stuff.
that is
He can
very,
be here
very
in 4
true.
hours.
That is very true.
Sorry, Austin, it's going to take you 24, but that's okay. We'll make it
We'll
worth
look
your while
after
when
you.
you get here.
That's all right. So we want to thank you. We want to thank
Yes.
all the Beasties and everybody
I want to say
during this whole video review process because we didn't know we were going to do it. We met and it just clicked and we decided, let's do video reviews.
And I want to say thanks to all the beautiful people I've met.
Yes, it's been fabulous,
I'm
hasn't
going
it?
to miss you.
Yeah, well, I'll probably find another reason to do another video.
Yeah, we'll just catch up. Go, hi, everyone, we're here.
We're here. It started on Foxtel. We've gone back to episode 1 of season 1.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's what we can do. Let's go back and review episode 1.
I don't know that I could because I know too much of what happens.
No, you can
afterwards.
detach. Come on, we can do it.
We'll see how we go.
Maybe we'll recap for 1 to 4 episodes 1 to 4, and say, okay, having gone back to watch this for the 180th time, what I'm really thinking is here. Oh my God, that wig, Jay Ryan.
Yeah.
What a
We
disaster.
could. Let's see how we go.
Let's see how we
with
go.
that.
Yeah.
I've got some training coming up and all sorts of things, so life is about to get a whole heap busier. But we'll give it a shot because I don't want to wait.
We'll see.
6 odd months.
We might think of something.
Where are we at with the video? How long have we gone for?
36 minutes.
Oh, is that all?
Yes.
So we could actually go for about another 15 minutes before I have to worry about it. But we won't. No, we won't do that to you,
We
Beasties.
won't. No, because Stevie's sick and I just got to come on.
Of course, yes. This is true.
I want to say thank you to everyone for my birthday wishes.
Yesterday.
From the bottom of my heart, you have warmed my soul.
Yeah.
And you have made me feel specially loved.
Yeah, it has been lovely. I've been watching and reading some of the tweets.
I've been very touched by those that, even those that I don't know well, have still sent me happy birthdays. And I've got to say, to jump onto my real persona and to see that I've got 13 messages and 476 friends, as to jump onto J. Cole where I've got 200 friends and 100 and something messages.
I know.
It really warmed my heart that I got the love that I did, and thank you.
Yeah, no, that was
everybody
lovely to see. It's been a magical ride over this 22 episode review process. We've enjoyed it. We've had a lot of fun. We are going to miss it. We are so delighted that we can come back for a season 3. And being only 13 episodes, in some ways, I think is better. It'll make it a tighter, better show.
Yeah, I've read that. Was that you that tweeted
Yes, yes. And I think we'll have better chances
Yeah.
of renewal every season because it is only 13 episodes. It's less expensive to make. I think we can get more fans because it's shorter and not so much a time investment. 22 episode seasons of shows these days is a huge time investment.
But they could also do like a couple of the other shows, although they get 26 episodes. They show 2 seasons of 13, but they shoot the 26 at once.
Oh, yeah.
Which then allows the actors to go off and do movie roles and other
all
things
sorts
as well.
of other stuff.
If we were to get 26 episodes over two lots of 13, I reckon that would be absolutely phenomenal. Because that means not only do we get seasons 4 and 5, it means we get them for the next 2 years.
Yeah, it'd be great. Well,
just a time.
We don't want this show to end, obviously.
No, we want it to go on for like 9 seasons, like Supernatural
and
does.
we want it to end with a double wedding and lots of cross-species children with Austin Beast and Vincent Beast's children.
I would like to see...
Not together, but not together.
Well, it's a bit hard.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Anyway, I would like to see that CW start advertising this show
more.
Because
yes.
it's a 13 episode. And all of a sudden people realise the gem that it is and the chemistry that it is, and it becomes more popular and more we want. And therefore...
Yep. Definitely. Anyway. So anyway...
We're out of here.
Ding dong, the Gabe is dead. We're very happy again. We have a happy Vincat. We have a Tess coming to the realisation that JT could well be the one. She was so pleased.
I'm not happy dancing.
Yeah, you have to happy dance.
I want happy dance. I'm sad that it's finished.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sad that it's finished. But all right, I think we need to go now.
All right. Cheers,
so
Vicky,
thank you
and everybody
again.
else. Thank you so much.
Karin, from... or otherwise known as BATB Passion. We're from Australia. We're in Melbourne.
My name's Janeen Haynes. And I'm known as at Janeen on Twitter. And J. Cole on
Facebook. That's the one. So you can always get hold of us. Our writing is on the batbpassion.com website, and Forever Beasties is our YouTube channel, and we've got Forever Beasties and BATB Passion as Facebook pages.
Or we are just...
Karin
messages away.
Whitnish and J. Cole on Facebook.
Send us a message.
Send us a message.
Tell us how you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. We'd love to hear from you.
Send me some ideas of a story you want me to write for you.
Oh yeah, there's that too. I've got some ideas in my head for future fanfic
I've got some
as well.
scenes. I've got some scenes that I can put into a really good story. I just need someone to give me a story.
Yeah, and I've got another JT and T one in my head now too.
Oh Lord.
I mean, JT is convalescing.
But don't forget that JT and T is different to Vincat.
Oh no, but we know that. The two stories I've written about JT and T already reflect that.
That's
it is
awesome.
different.
Awesome.
So that's pretty damn cool.
Alright.
But I'm shipping JT and T pretty hard.
I know.
I love them very much.
I know. We need to go.
Okay. So thank you.
Thank you guys.
Adios. You can tell we really don't want to go. But we will see you next year. At some stage. Bye-bye.